Hi there, this is Fixed It. A number of people have contacted me to ask how it is that I remove the smashed touchscreen from the LCD without destroying the LCD. And you'll see lots of videos online showing people using molybdenum wire to do it. The only problem with molybdenum wire is, for a very small screen, for something like an iPhone, then the amount of drag involved in dragging the wire through the glue is minimal. The Nexus 7 has some of the stickiest glue that I've ever come across, and I found the molybdenum wire to be pretty unreliable, and the glass is actually quite thick also on the Nexus 7, which means that the wire tends to snag and snap really easily. Being the resourceful guy that I am, I made myself one of these frames for removing the screen. So as you can see, I can actually pin down a Nexus 7 screen in order to work on it, and it was quite useful, but I still had the same problem with regards to the wire. So how do I do it? This LCD screen is working perfectly, but the glass around the outside is completely shattered. The first thing to do is to remove the bezel frame from the touch screen. So I've removed the bezel and now just left with the screen itself. The next thing to do is to remove this, so flick up the clip, pull out that, put it to one side. Make sure the latch is down, and then use some sticky tape to put over that clip, as you don't want that damaging at all. So underneath here you'll see I've got an infrared lamp. What I've done is I've used some of the Nexus glue underneath this aluminium sheet, and I've fastened this aluminium sheet down. I've also put some of the black sticky tape on there, and the reason for that is I'm going to use those in order to take the temperature. A really important piece of equipment is a digital thermometer. So if I turn this over and I can touch it on the black pads, the temperature is currently 25 degrees. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start switching this on for a few seconds, and in fact it's quite interesting because after a certain number of seconds it makes a kind of strange tone, in which case I switch it off. And what I want to do is I want to heat this plate to around about 50-60 degrees. Okay, I'm up to 61 degrees. Now what I'm going to do is put the touchscreen LCD face down on this plate. Right, so what I've done now is I've turned the panel over, and I've also put one of these rubber sheets that you get for cooking on top of the plate, and I'm just checking the temperature. It's now currently 46 on the panel, so I'll just heat it up a little bit more. Okay, so the panel's now heated up, and now what I do is I take a 0.015 feeler gauge, which is one of these things that you used to get for doing spark plugs and checking the gap, and I begin inserting that around the edges.